These are the 20 most dangerous injuries in NFL history.
Oh no, that does not look good, Jim.
And at number 20, John Ryan showed why punters need to stick to their day job.
Hey, while we're watching this video, if I laugh, please don't take it personal, like, oh, this guy's a fucked up individual, he's laughing at people's pain. I'm sorry, I have a sick sense of humor. So if something comes up and I laugh, I am sorry. Don't take it the wrong way, okay? All right, I will try my hardest not to, okay? But I can't promise. I just have a very sick sense of humor.
Because he got knocked out cold. Dude had some speed till he got folded. He wasn't as bent as Russell Wilson. See, Russ was throwing a pass and showed us why playing against Aaron Donald is dangerous.
Oh, the middle finger of Wilson looks to be disjointed.
Oh, that was crooked.
Damn.
Imagine if that happened to your head. Because Joe Flacco thought he was making a safe slide when he was almost decapitated.
Damn. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
He almost lost his mind. But Joe Burrow took danger to the next level. See, Burrow tried to stand tall in the pocket until his knee crumbled.
Bad news for Cincinnati fans.
Joe Burrow. My God.
It looked like his left leg.
Oh my God.
No.
Look at that shit. Oh my God. Why'd he blur it out there?
At number 16. Because Blake Countess tried to commit murder.
19 in this.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh my goodness. Goodwin just.
Why is he like blurring it out? Like, let's see it, bro.
Yeah, it almost got deadly out there.
Damn.
It wasn't as horrifying as number 15. See, Dak Prescott's injury was downright twisted because his defender's illegal tackle ended with his ankle going in 5 different directions.
Damn. See, they don't want to show it. They don't want to show it.
That was catastrophic. But some players are just their own worst enemies, like our 14th moment. Because Gus Frerotte ran a touchdown and was so excited that he crushed his head against the wall.
Bang! Hits his head right into the cushion.
You know, just figuring one of those things is going to bounce right off the wall and come back and celebrate. And it didn't happen that way and got a little shocked, a little stunned.
Yeah, that was mindless.
Damn.
Johnny Knox's injury will send a chill up your spine. Because at number 13, Knox tried to make up for his fumble until he got bent backwards.
Oh my God. Hey, I gotta give him props for going for the ball though. Damn.
Dude broke his back and ended his career.
Oh my God.
That was something Tom Brady was lucky to escape. But his injury happened in what could have been his best season ever. See, heading into the 2008 season, the Patriots tried to cement themselves as the greatest team ever assembled. But all of those dreams came crashing down. Because in the previous season, New England had a perfect record until Super Bowl 42 when they had their hearts broken. So when they returned with their same
Who did they lose to, the Giants?
Welker and Randy Moss in 2008, you already know Tom Brady was out for his revenge. But in the first game of the season, Tom suffered the worst injury of his career.
Oh, I remember this. He landed on his knee. I remember this. He landed on his knee. Ooh.
Tremendous hit as he released that ball.
My man had a season.
That just shows you how great Tom Brady is. Dude is not athletic. He's not the most athletic quarterback, but he just knows how to win because of his film study. The way he said it himself when he's about to play a team. He does film study and he just knows what defense everyone is in, what position all the DBs and everything is. It just goes to show you don't have to be the most athletic guy to win. You don't have to.
Season ended with a torn ACL and stopped maybe his greatest roster he ever had.
Damn.
But the greatest NFL quarterbacks have to learn the hard way. See, Patrick Mahomes' knee injury was so gruesome, it got him banned from one key NFL play for life. It all went down on 4th and 1. The Chiefs called a routine QB sneak, just trying to get a first down. But what seemed like a harmless play nearly ended Patrick Mahomes' career. See, when the bodies were removed, Patrick's kneecap was not there where he left it. So the team trainers reacted like their lives depended on it.
And it's like they almost popped that right knee back in place.
Now, the Chiefs couldn't just keep treating their Super Bowl MVP like any other guy. So he hasn't ran a QB sneak ever since.
I believe in the quarterback sneak, but just sometimes you gotta watch out for your kneecaps. I'm like 95% and one kneecap short of being 100%.
I think it makes a ton of sense that you don't do quarterback sneaks.
I remember being on the ground and my kneecap was in the side of my calf. And the worst part was the reaction from every teammate I have. You know, guys usually kind of boost you up. I had dudes running 50 yards away from me, just running down to the other side of the field. My center's yelling, "Get off me." get off me. I'm like, I can't move. What do you want me to do? My kneecap is in the back of my leg.
Yeah, the Chiefs are risking another ring over 1 yard. But the Redskins couldn't have cared less about RG3's knees, because Robert Griffin III was supposed to be the future face of the NFL.
He was pretty
until
good.
His coaches pushed him past his breaking point. See, in 2012, Washington drafted Robert Griffin III with the 2nd overall pick, and this dude immediately set the league on fire. I'm talking about Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He was
and
nice.
leading the Redskins to the playoffs. He was
He was
really
nice.
looking like the next big thing, but the Redskins should have pulled the plug on a season early, because in Week 14, Griffin felt pain. See, RG3 suffered an LCL sprain in his knee. The playoffs were right around the corner, and Washington was desperate for a Super Bowl. They didn't care if they had to sacrifice their franchise QB to get it.
Even without getting touched, he got hurt on this play.
Now, Robert was already looking like he was on his last leg, but it was about to turn even worse, because the Redskins thought Robert could still carry them to a victory, so they kept him on the field. And in the fourth quarter, we witnessed one of the greatest NFL rookies ever have his career flipped upside down.
And then as he goes down,
Oh man. Oh
Ever have
man.
his career flipped upside down.
and then as he goes down, you see that knee go.
One wrong step and RG3's knees snapped, ending his superstar trajectory from league MVP to limping into oblivion. We never got a chance to see his greatness. And it was the same for Drew Bledsoe, because one brutal hit changed the entire course of NFL history. See, back in 2001, Drew Bledsoe was the highest paid quarterback in the league, and the Patriots were banking on him to build a dynasty.
Bledsoe.
When he ran
I never
for
heard of
first
this
down
guy.
against the Jets, his future collapsed.
I've never heard of this guy. Is this when Tom Brady was born?
Drew got lit up so hard, he ended up with a ruptured blood vessel in his chest and began bleeding from his insides. And doctors were saying he was lucky to even be alive. But hey, maybe that hit was destiny, because it paved the
Tom
way
Brady.
for a 6th round pick. Who
Tom
was a
Brady.
complete nobody at the time. Yeah, that's right. Tom Brady stepped in, led New England to their first Super Bowl victory, and went on to become a 6-time champ. All while Bledsoe had to sit there and watch what could have been his legacy get stolen by the GOAT. Yeah, injuries can be straight up ruthless. Just like what happened to Sterling Sharp at number 8. Now, we all know about the TV personality and NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp. But what if I told you he had a brother who was even better? See, back
Oh,
in the
that's
day,
his brother?
Sterling Sharp
I didn't know that was his
unstoppable.
brother.
So by his 9th season, he'd racked up some of the craziest wide receiver stats ever.
I did not know that
While
was
he
his brother.
dominating the league, little bro Shannon was out there trying to fill those big shoes. Yeah, the Sharp brothers were on pace to become the first ever siblings inducted into the Hall of Fame. That was until a routine block changed everything.
Like Favre would be sacked. Sterling Sharp is down.
And you see him there taking on the defensive back, and
Probably concussion.
boy, he took it right on the numbers.
Now, it looked like Sterling barely got touched, but that would be the last play of his career. Turns out he had a herniated disc in his neck that was messing with his nerves so bad that he started losing strength in his arm fast. And the doctors told him straight up that if he played again, he was risking himself for paralysis. So Sterling had no choice but to hang up his cleats far too soon. Now, Shannon knew he had to make sure his brother's impact on the game was remembered forever. So when Uncle Shay Shay reached the Hall of Fame, he made it clear that there was someone greater than him.
My big brother Sterling. I'm the only pro football player that's in the Hall of Fame. And I'm the 2nd best player in my own family.
I'm the second. And I'm the second.
And I'm the 2nd best player in my own family.
I'm the second.
The 44 men and women that
I'm sorry, yo.
I thanked and congratulated early for giving me and bestowing this prestigious honors upon me. All I do is ask.
All I do is ask.
In the most humblest way I know how. Is that the next time you go into that room,
I do is ask.
or you start making a list,
Yes.
look at Sterling Sharp's accomplishments for a 7-year period of the guys that's in the Hall of Fame at the receiver position and the guys that have the potential to be in this building. That's all I ask. I don't say, hey,
That's a good brother right there.
just do that. The next time you go in that room, think about Sterling Sharp's number for 7 years. That's all I ask.
I swear I did not know they was
really went
brothers.
out there and broke a leg in that speech. But at number 7, Terrell
The guy
Owens
was
literally
ass.
broke his leg. Because we gotta
Skip.
talk about how his injury changed the league for good. See, back in 2004, T.O. was unstoppable until one brutal horse-collar tackle turned his leg into a knot.
Only one catch until this. Sprained right ankle, x-rays negative.
Oh my god.
This dude's leg got twisted so bad, he ended up with a broken leg, a sprained ankle, and 2 torn ligaments. His season was supposed to to be over, or so we thought. Because even though T.O. went through his worst injury yet, the Philadelphia Eagles went all the way to the Super Bowl. So T.O. put himself through the most rigorous recovery program ever and decided that he would play on one leg.
That's
Not
crazy.
even the doctors who performed this surgery cleared him to play.
My doctor that performed the surgery, he didn't even medically clear me to play in the game. I had to sign a waiver to play in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, exactly. It would have been a liability.
And in Super Bowl 39, T.O. limped his way onto the field and absolutely balled out.
And the pass is complete to that man, Owens. Quick throw.
Did they win?
Terrell Owens. He has 2 catches already. And so much for him being a decoy.
It's a one leg. Destroying with one leg.
Owens, open space. Harrison chasing and out of bounds inside the 20, and a late flag comes in.
Yeah, I think giving this guy some
But
steroids.
Terrell's 9 catches for 122 yards was one of the most courageous things ever done in NFL history. The league saw T.O. putting his leg on the line and said, yeah, we gotta change this. So before the 2005 season, they straight up banned the horse collar tackle forever. The NFL changed things real quick, unlike the stadium at number 6. See, MetLife Stadium.
One rule they need to change though is, I understand how you can stiff arm on offense, but why is it how is the defense not allowed to grab? I understand you can't grab face mask, but like on offense, you're allowed to like stiff arm and, but on defense, you can't. It's weird. On offense, when you're stiff arming, you're obviously grabbing the other person's face mask, but like, I don't know. I think they need to change. It needs to go both ways.
Torn ACLs, busted ankles, sprained knees, you name it. Just like in 2020, after the San Francisco 49ers lost 3 other players to torn ACLs. And the most devastating of them all was Nick Bosa, who had his season cut short in the blink of an eye.
On this inside run by the Jets, Nick Bosa, the reigning defensive rookie of the year, was rolled up on. It looks like maybe his knee shifted in an awkward way.
It was like the turf was littered with landmines. Throughout the years, MetLife kept claiming ACLs, so they had to fix the problem. And in 2023, they finally replaced the turf. But guess what? It's still causing injuries. It's like they swapped out one haunted field for another. But the turf wasn't done making headlines just yet, because in 2023, the Jets traded Aaron Rodgers to be their savior. And Rodgers wasn't believing all the scary stories. But in week 1 of the 2023 season, he found out real
Achilles.
quick. Because just 4 snaps
Just
into
the
his Jets
was it the
debut,
I think it was the
Rodgers
first.
brought back the pass when his left foot got shredded.
Now Rodgers sits down.
Ooh,
Take a look here at the very end, and
you hate to see it. One of my favorite quarterbacks,
Just like that,
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
dude who was supposed to bring a Super Bowl to New York was done for the season. I mean, when a 4-time MVP can't even survive a single game on your field, you
Damn.
know something's seriously wrong. But there's one player who has suffered the most mind-bending knee injuries ever. Look, Chubb is one of the greatest NFL talents at running back in the past decade. But if he has another nightmare, he may never play football again. Because Chubb's horrors started back in college, when one
Yeah, I
step
remember
left
this
the
play.
nation scared.
I remember this play. He broke his leg.
And Nick Chubb is still down.
This dude torn 3 ligaments in his knee, enough for anyone to call quits.
And he
But then
hyperextended
Chubb came
it
back
too.
as one of the top backs in the country, and in 2017 was drafted in the 2nd round to the Browns. Now Chubb quickly became a top rusher in the league, and in 2023 he was headed for the end zone when his knee got cranked like a door hinge.
Again?
5, and he does. And the last
Again.
thing any Browns fan wants to see, Nick Chubb holding his left leg. Oh boy.
Again.
Chubb's injury was so violent, they couldn't even show the replay. But some injuries in the NFL get even more dangerous.
Bro, YouTube is getting soft, man. Just show me the thing, bro. Let me see it, bro. I remember back in the days, YouTube, you could watch people get their, you could watch animal videos, people getting their snapped up. Now you can't even see nothing, man.
See, Joe Theismann
God.
suffered one of the most gruesome injuries in NFL history.
And
Now,
so
Theismann was
soft.
a Super Bowl winning quarterback and one of the faces of the league. So when he took the field for a Monday Night Football game in 1985 against the ruthless Lawrence Taylor, the whole nation was tuned in. So when the Redskins attempted a flea flick, it gave LT just enough time to hit Theismann where he never saw it coming.
And beckoned over to the Redskins bench. Get your medical team in here quickly.
The injury was devastating, but even the greatest athlete ever couldn't
Well,
make
Jackson,
it through without
this guy
danger
was
at
fast, man.
3.
It's
Because the
crazy.
national player is so athletic that he was an all-star in 2 sports. See, in 1985, he won the Heisman Trophy, and when he wasn't on the football
You're so
field,
fast.
he was an All-American slugger in baseball. Then he went and ran the fastest 40-yard dash ever recorded.
Is it true you ran a 4.12?
Do you believe it?
4.13.
This dude was so nice that in 1986, he was drafted #1 overall to the Kansas City Royals in baseball. But after some contract drama with Tampa Bay, Bo ended up with the Los Angeles Raiders, making plays never seen before on the diamond.
Bo on the charge. Bo is there. Yo, mama, run that wall.
Bro, this nigga running on walls and shit. The fuck?
Bo was so dominant, this dude had one of the most iconic Nike commercials of all time. And with Jackson's superhuman ability, wasn't thinking twice about getting injured. The world was witnessing something special. And during the 1991 playoffs against the Bengals, everybody had their eyes on Bo. But no one knew that this moment would end up robbing us of that greatness. Because one awkward step.
I hyperextended his left knee. I saw it.
Bo Jackson shaking
They're not going to show us the replay, but I saw it.
Bo's football career ended right there. Because he dislocated his hip so badly, it cut off the blood supply in his hip joint. And just like that, the greatest athlete ever became one of the biggest what-ifs in sports history. But at number 2, we have another two-way sports star on our list. See, Deion Sanders was another athletic freak. The way he split his time between the diamond and the gridiron eventually caught up to him. And his injury history became deadly. Look, Deion is the only player ever to play in the World Series and a Super Bowl. And with all that mileage on his feet, Deion retired with...
You're allowed to play in 2 sports at the same time? Is it a thing back then? You're allowed to do that now?
Ugliest toes ever. We're talking about hammer toes that were barely holding on.
It's the closest thing they call to turf toe. And it was just horrendous. I mean, I've never felt anything like it. So they had to shave it down and straighten it out, and that's what I got.
Now fast forward to when Deion became a coach. This man was still hobbling around, dealing with that same foot problem since his playing days. But then one day, the pain became unbearable.
Lauren was changing my bandages daily on my foot, and she said, "Coach, your toes are black."
It was a little discolored this morning, and upon going to the hospital, we found out some really severe things.
Safe to say he's going to be with us for a few days. He's going to have a procedure done a little later today. He has actually a blood clot, not in a vein, but it's located in the artery. So a blood clot in an artery, you can lose your leg.
And once Deion got to the hospital, he found out he had a severe blood clot. Now this was hard to hear. The noose was going to get even worse.
Not 1, but 3, I believe, that ran from behind the knee, down his whole calf to his ankle. And for people that don't know what a femoral arterial blood clot is, it is life-threatening.
The news I got from the doctors was this was really serious. They were talking about the amputation of toes. Then they were talking about the amputation of my leg from knee down. Then they were trying to ensure I had life. So we called my mother about the clots, and she informed me that we didn't know that.
I didn't even know he played for the Ravens.
Died from blood clots. My other uncle, who's alive now, almost passed last year from blood clots, and she was diagnosed with blood clots a year ago. So hearing that is something you don't want to hear while you're in the hospital in that state.
Yeah, Deion was lucky to leave with his life, because our final moment is taking danger to the max. See, Tua Tagovailoa has suffered some of the worst head injuries ever seen, but his love for the game won't let him quit. It all started in Week 3 of the 2023 season, when Tua hit his head so hard, he couldn't even stand up straight.
Game right now, Tagovailoa, oh boy. Awful sight to see.
Damn, this is bad.
Dangerous. But believe it or not, he still played for the rest of the game. Tua thought it was no
They should have
big deal.
subbed him out.
Weeks later against the Bengals, he suffered something even more horrifying.
And
Now at this point, NFL fans...
You see what I tell y'all that, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a normal individual. Like, you see what I'm saying? You know what? Let me not even.
We're scared.
Let me not even go there.
There were many calls for Tua.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Tua wasn't having it, so he finished the season. Now in 2024,
you know what? Let me not even.
thought he had moved
Let me
past
not
the
even go
worst head
there.
injury of his life, but all Tua knows is the game. So in Week 10, Tua made a courageous return and had something to say about it.
Not fun. It wasn't good. You never want to see someone that you love on a field or in a ring, in a cage, or in whatever profession they're in get hurt.
What role did that play? The fact that you're a husband, the fact that you're a father?
It definitely played a role, that's for sure. I had that in the back of my mind. I love the game of football. It's what I've done since I was 4 years old.
Now Tua might be risking his life, but you gotta respect it when somebody's living their dream.
Hope he doesn't get another one. All right, y'all. That's it right there. If y'all like them reaction videos, let me know in the comments what videos y'all want to see me react to. And that's it for now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.